Can't really give an answer for body count because it's really just a desire. Like if I found someone and they have the right headspace and I went to them, but they had a high body count, could I really ban them from having a desire that every human has?
I broadcast around the entire campus. We done start calling a community coochie. Did I lie? Did I lie? No, did I lie?
No,
did I lie?
no.
So that's what I'm saying. So if you're gonna sit here and ask about body counts, please know your status and also understand that you cannot use the stigma of like STIs, STDs to make somebody feel bad about like their sexual experience because people are bugging. Not everybody clean.
What is showing? This is still dating shit. Social media is normalized.
Relationship goals.
Being happy 24/7. I was gonna say being happy 24/7. I think in society we have gotten very, very comfortable with being happy. Like the idea of being happy 24/7. So when it's not always the honeymoon phase, or when we're not always happy with something entertainment, all of a sudden it's like because we're unhappy, we should just break up. But no, this could easily be a conversation. Me personally, and I'm gonna say this and it might come off wrong, but let me iron that a little bit. I like conflict. Not
Are you sure about that?
listen.
I know exactly what you meant.
Listen. Let me
No, I understand what you meant. I understand what you mean. You don't like the drama of it, but you like the conflict of it, right?
Listen. Conflict that's had in a very healthy way, where we sit down, we actually have a conversation and understand that in this moment we're not agreeing with each other, not cussing at each other, not yelling, not throwing shit, not hitting people with cars, not that. No. I'm talking about conflict in a sense where like, let's say me and my partner we're talking and we have this agreement and like this is a good one. I don't know if y'all watch Sham Booty, but I love her. And one of the analogies that she brings up was, let's say like your girlfriend or your wife is constantly pestering you about the dishes, and she's constantly like, hey, babe, I need you to do the dishes. I need you to do it right now. And you're like, oh, babe, do it later. To you, you're like, I'm just gonna do it later. But for her, it's like she feels disrespected because you're not doing it in the time where she needs you to do it. So therefore, you're not listening to her. Mm-hmm. So now she's like, babe, you're not listening to me. Over time, like not just in that moment. Obviously, it's gonna be a gradual build up. But over time, she's gonna be frustrated because she's gonna start thinking, well, whenever I tell him to do it, he doesn't want to do it. Whenever I ask him, he doesn't want to do it. Like it's always an issue for me to get him to do things I don't want him to do, or things that I need for him to do. So to you, you're just like, I just don't want to do dishes right now. But she's like, I want it done right now so I can move on with my mental note. So like now you both have to come together and realize that, hey babe, me not doing dishes in that moment is not me disrespecting you or me ignoring your needs. It's just the fact that I just don't want to do it right now. Then you can communicate back to him and saying like, you know what, I understand what you're saying, but when you don't do those things in that moment, it makes me feel disrespected. That's exactly healthy conflict, not the crazy kind. So as I'm saying, like when I say I do like conflict, that's what I mean. Even with my friendships, like there's certain friends where like we was going at it, like verbally, like we was going at it, and to this day, you'd be surprised how we're still friends right now because we sat down, put on our big girl pants, and realized that hey, I value you more as a friend, and I want to go close together. We cannot let this conflict go past us. But one thing I will not stand for is pretending like a conflict does not exist. I will not do that with you. We can beef, we can argue, yell at each other, all that crazy stuff. Cool, fine. Because that's you expressing yourself. That's how you want to express yourself. That's fine. But one thing I will not do is pretend as though we're cool. Like I'm not doing that. If I have problem with you, babe, I'm like, hey, babe, this is what's on my mind right now in this moment, and I want to address it right now. If you don't want to address it, that's fine. When are you ready to address it? But we're gonna address it though. That's the thing, and it's gonna be seriously. But it has to be in a healthy way where you're not yelling and cussing. For me personally, whatever relationship I plan on being in. You're not raising your voice at me. You're not cussing at me. You're not shouting at me. Call me out of my name. I don't do it because I shut down emotionally and you be talking so while I be looking square at you like, So that's my piece.
And with that, just to add up to it, it's okay to agree to disagree.
Yes.
But another thing that I've been seeing on social media that has been normalized, well, two things, is unrealistic expectations and toxicity. Like, those are the two things that I noticed. Like, the other day I seen like an Instagram live how this girl was like, oh, I slashed his tires. I put nair on his little.
How is that normal? I'm sorry. Like, I've never.
I put nair on his little. I'm not gonna say the word, but probably know what I'm saying when I'm going with that. But I got back with him like a week later. We still in love.
That's not normal.
That's mad toxic.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Something that I find on social media that like gives this false narrative. I hate when people feel like you always gotta post about your relationship 24/7, or like if they know that you have a significant other that you always like you have to make it known on your social media platforms. I feel like happy in private means the best, because I literally was in a relationship for a very long time that everybody knew about. But when all the pictures came out from my social media, I'm getting what happened. So it's like, to a certain extent, I feel like it's okay to just, keep your business into yourself, like, and not say anything. And I'm gonna piggyback on toxicity. I don't think it's cute to go on social media and talk about how he done beat your ass and you are back in his bed with his kids. That is not cute. And I don't like.
And that's not conflict, y'all.
That's
toxic.
That's toxic. Yeah. And I feel like, and it's what bothers me the most is that females and men feed into it, and they think it's sexy. They be like, and the only thing they will ever talk about after the conflict, no matter what the conflict is sex. Oh, the sex was amazing. We had makeup sex. You saying that your life is not important, because if a man is whooping my ass every day, and then all of a sudden I'm giving him a reward for whooping my ass, it's just like, what?
I wouldn't use the word reward, but I hear you. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're talking about.
You don't just bang my head into the car seat. You want
basically what like doing them.
Or you
communicating only with sex, that's communicating with your word and thinking straight.
See, one of the things that like I'm gonna piggyback off you with the whole hey whooping my ass. Yeah, one of the main things that I've always seen that everybody like have high levels on, like, oh, I'm gonna watch this, or I'm entertained, I'm intrigued, is domestic violence. Like, y'all obviously see someone is literally in an unhealthy relationship, and instead of saying, okay, I want to reach out and give a extended hand to help them, it's, oh, this is interesting. She not doing anything. Like, girl, he is literally slinging you between a washer and dryer on a spin cycle, and you're not doing nothing. Or the fact that, dog, you walking into your job with scratch marks all over your face, a black eye because you didn't wash the dishes or you didn't take out the trash. That's a simple thing of I need to step in as a friend or as someone who is really concerned for the safety of somebody else. But everybody want to sit here and make it like a show.
Can I preface this by saying nobody's condoning or blaming the victim of domestic what's called violence. It's one of those situations where I understand like it's a mental thing that the victims like kind of go through, and like they see that as their only way of survival, so they kind of feed into it or like stay in that situation just to survive. So I completely understand that, but no one in here is condoning that.
Damn.
One thing about social media that normalize on social media is definitely like when y'all said it earlier, but like unrealistic expectations. Mm-hmm. Like, let's say for example,
I did.
Like you want this man 6 feet, 6 figures, and have a little bit of street cred. Like you're not finding that.
Be realistic though. Be realistic though.
Right. Exactly.
Think of what we have now on campus.
Oh.
Okay then.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I just thought about, I'm shut up. Yeah, my business. Keep talking.
We're gonna keep that confidential.
Yeah, we're gonna get confidential. Yeah.
Or like let's have a man who's like expecting this lady to like take care of the house, cook and clean and work and pay most of the bills. Like, bruh, like she gonna be tired of you, bruh. Oh my god. She's gonna be tired of you, but like you just not seeing her doing nothing. Like what you doing? How you gonna like claim that you want a woman of your dreams, but you're not really putting yourself in the position to be doing that? to be receiving that. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people
And
be
vice
single
versa.
because of positioning. Like they don't put themselves in a position to attract that type of person. Like,
With your
man,
ex?
let me cook.
With your ex?
Let me cook.
I got it.
You got it?
Let him go, because we've been cooking.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
are. Go ahead. You've been sitting on my background.
No, but like real talk. Once a new relationship kicks off, you gotta cut that X off because it's like, especially when you're like with somebody else, like that's gonna be like a boundary, and like if you still being with your ex, it kind of still leads her or him to like still infiltrate that door of whenever that even happens and stuff like that, and like old feelings may come back while you're with this person. It can get weird. Put yourself in a lot of weird predicaments.
Nah, I have a question.
Oh,
Oh my god.
So, say that you and your ex, was friends before the relationship, right? And let's say you got together, it didn't work out, y'all broke it off. And let's say it was a good broken off, like y'all break up like on good terms. And then you in another relationship. Do you still keep that friendship though?
I think it's boundaries with you and your new partner. And the reason why I say that is because everybody's boundaries in every relationship is so different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to be friends with my ex, especially the exes I have. And
I'm with you.
My significant other, I would not want them to be friends with their ex. And the people that I have dated, absolutely not. So I would say this though, it's about having the conversation with your now boyfriend, be like, hey, listen, I do have an ex that we were friends before, and I feel like what starts an argument we were friends before we got into the relationship, and I don't understand why we need to stop being friends. I also feel like you gotta also be understanding of your partner having that boundary and being uncomfortable. And even with you, like you have to be understanding, like, hey, I am in a new relationship. And then, like, relationships are really give and take, depending on what it is. And I feel like to respect your partner's boundary, you're gonna have to be like, okay, I'm gonna have to fall back a little bit, cut, ties or cut communication. Like, you can't do the certain things that you could do when you would work with this person. Like, you cannot be on the phone with them every day or texting them every day to a certain extent. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, doing those little things. But I also feel like if your significant other is okay with that, still put in place boundaries. So there's never no, I need to go through her phone or I need to check this. No, he could be like, oh yeah, I trust her. She has her own boundaries up. I don't need to worry about that. Like, she doing what she gotta do to make sure that I'm secure. And people like that feeling of being secure in that relationship. So once that security starts to shake up a little bit, then that's where they cause the confrontations and the head passion. So, end goal.
To honestly answer your question, I would honestly just have that open conversation with my partner and let them know, hey, I'm still friends with my ex, and I don't want to sit here and be like, okay, that's it. That we nip that conversation in the bud. But when it comes to if I'm still friends with my ex, honestly, I'm not fuck that shit. But if I'm still friends with my ex around the time I have a new partner, I'll have that open conversation with them. And if they sit here and say, oh, well, I'm not comfortable with that, when I'm like, okay, well, I will have another open conversation with my ex and say, hey, I'm not going to disrespect my partner. I'm not going to sit here and make them feel like, oh, they're not secure because they have to watch their back. But every time they will text or call me, and I'll just be like, all right, look, we just got to stop. We're not friends. We're done. Cut it off. And I mostly will try to tell my partner each time that, yeah, I have nobody else I'm talking to. It's just you. And we just go from there. But if the conversation gets brought up about me being friends with my ex, it would have been a different story.
Like, what do you and your ex really gotta talk about?
Nothing.
Other than the relationship that y'all no longer in. But let's keep it a buck. What are y'all talking about? I get that if you're single and like you're both in it on good terms and you guys are, have that kind of like friendship going on, that trust. I get that. But once you're in something new, that's an old chapter of the book, baby. You can't keep both chapters open. Close one of them.
No. Yeah. You hear 18 hours like, no.
No.
Absolutely not.
Nope.
Because one thing I always say and stand on, baby, I went forward with you. You set me back. I still move on without you.
I like that one. You need
Even though that is valid, it depends how y'all ended it. Because y'all probably was at like, right person, wrong time type.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say me, but wrong person, or wrong time, right person. Sometimes you probably just need that time to develop yourself to be with that person.
I agree.
But with me, I thought of that. I thought of what if down the line I'll get back with that person. But sometime down the line, I thought to myself, will he still have like the same values as me? Will he still have like the same beliefs as me?
And to add more to that, I think you forget that over time people change.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not the same person I was 6 months ago or 2 years ago. And so I can't expect an image in my head of what a person was to still be that years to come. Does that make sense? People change, people evolve. That's what I'm personally saying though, because with every relationship that I've been in, I give it my all. So if we're not together anymore, you cannot blame me for nothing. So there's nothing you can say, nothing that you can do to ever try to convince me otherwise or say that, oh, right person, wrong time. No, baby, it just didn't work. Like, that's it. Like, it just didn't work. Let's keep it a buck. So, no, I don't believe in going back to your exes. There are some stories, people who have gone back, and it can't end up being a beautiful fairy tale.
Mm-hmm.
Is that for sure for me? I don't know. I don't think so. But that's my own personal reasons why I not believing in going back to the people change. I can't expect that of you. That's too much responsibility.
For me, I would just say a maybe, a we'll see. I can't fully understand. I'm not saying I'll leave room. I'm just being like, open to the idea. Not fully open, but open to the idea.
And it's fair that it's good that you're open to it.
Right. I'm open to the idea of like going back to your ex, but it really depends on like how your things ended. Like, is that person like did you like 30? Like, did you 30? And then you, for example, just like try to spin back the block. What are you spinning the block for? You know you're about to get. You know you're about to get shot up again.
I was gonna say you can't spin the block when the block is hot.
Exactly, the block is already hot. Like, what are you doing? You just going to put yourself in a worse situation. It's like, it's not going to really serve you. You're going to feel like, why am I really going back to this person? And that's probably a deeper issue too.
I'm gonna say, okay, I was gonna say it's also could be about convenience.
Yeah.
Like being able to go back to somebody because they're there makes a lot of sense. Like some people, like I want to speak with some people, they will go back because that person made themselves available. And then sometimes it don't even have to be, oh, I miss this person. It don't have to be, oh, I want to be with this person again. It could be, I'm just lonely. I don't want to be by myself. You're the only person there. And I know quite a few people, I've done this before with that same football player boyfriend that I had that I did it 4.5 years on and off. It wasn't that I love him, of course. Did I miss him? Absolutely not. All you did was cheat on me. So the reason why I went back wasn't really for you, it was for me. So I didn't have to be alone. Until I realized that I really didn't need you. And then the second I realized that, he upped and moved into another relationship. I upped and moved into another relationship. And then it wasn't even Dunzo there. It became Dunzo when I had to sit there and realize that if I keep on putting myself in the same cycle, I'm never going to get my big ass up out of it. And then the second I think the last time I had talked to him, I had said something to him that hurt his feelings really bad. And I had never seen him so down before. And after I left, we never talked again. And I'm grateful for that. Because it broke me out of my cycle. It broke me out of my cycle, and it pushed him forward. It pushed me forward, and I wouldn't be here if I didn't or he didn't break that cycle.
And to add on to that, another reason why people stay is because it just hopes that it gets better.
Yeah.
Like there's always that like small party that just hopes that things get better. I wouldn't say it's Delulu. I would just say that it's just reality in a sense. For like, if you love someone so much, and there's this strong emotional connection that you just like, I just love them. I just don't know why. You're gonna know why. But it's one of those situations where like you just hope that it gets better. They understand you more. They communicate more. They love you more. They hold you more. They don't throw things at you. Don't hit you. There's that hope, that possibility, that there's a small chance that they will actually do a fucking. And the thing is that 9 times out of 10 is not always the case. So I think that's the reason why, another reason why people always go back for convenience is just the hope that things will get better, and that's not always.
It's hard to let go. It's really hard to let go. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was depressed for 2 years after that relationship. Yeah, and I'm talking about with a little scrawny one, not that 4.5 year one didn't make me shed a tear for shit.
Damn.
But that little 6-month relationship I had,
maternity.
it was only 6 months.
When you said
we were together for only 6 months, and I was depressed for 2 years. And I tell people this as well. When somebody leaves you in a state like that, where you don't know, I cried for 2 months straight, and then I was finally okay. Then he came back into my life, and I wasn't okay. And I realized that he would pop up in my life at the worst times, meaning when I'm finally okay.
Yeah.
And then it set me back. And it kept on setting 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 me back because I was allowing it to set me back. And everybody made fun of me for, Emily, you just let that little ass boy hurt your feelings like that. It wasn't about that. It was that I loved him.
Yeah.
And I wanted it to work. And that sense of hope kept me going. But it also broke me the fuck down as well. So once I let go of that hope and let go that it probably will never just work out, I flourished. And I met somebody I'm madly in love with. And this person treated me exactly how I wanted to be treated. And that they pissed me off. But they didn't give me. But one thing I would say is that their love was never false. And that means so much more because you will never realize that the person you will find is the one that you would have never thought about. So I said, sometimes your ex do work out. But sometimes the next person or next couple people, or whatever it is.
Because it's valid. Like, it'd be a couple of frogs in there.
No, you go through a whole bunch of leapfrogs to find your damn prince. But you see what I'm saying? So it's kind of just like, you will find somebody, even if it's your ex or not, that's going to cherish the ground you walk. Vice versa.
I'm Steevo.
I'm Mitchell.
I'm Chia.
I'm Mimi. I'm SJ.
You know, OG Bubbles.
And this has been
If you enjoyed this episode of Caught Up, you can check out more down below and some of the other videos on the channel. Also, hit that subscribe button and hit the notification so you can always watch Caught Up and just more live content again. Hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day.